we search the world for the best magic, but we also find great performers right in our backyard. Check out this next act.
When I first moved to Las Vegas, it was a big risk. I was nervous, I didn't know anybody, and I ran into this great magician. And I said, "Hey, you're Johnny Thompson." And he turned to me and he said, "Oh, you must be a magician." I showed him something that impressed him. It confirmed that I made the right decision in moving to Las Vegas. Jeet Kune Do, Bruce Lee's martial arts discipline, utilizing universal concepts such as fluidity, completely changed my coin magic. Cards and coins, they can have a bad rap. A lot of the great moves were invented by charlatans and the cheats who were trying to cheat each other at cards. I don't let that affect the way my magic has to be. I create my own stuff, and that's what I'll be performing tonight. I'm gonna fool out of them.
Please welcome the close-up magic of Alex Geiser.
Again, my name is Alex Geiser, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to be here, because tonight I'm going to perform one of my most amazing compositions. And for this, would Penn and Teller please join me? Give them a big round of applause. Hey. Hi. Gentlemen, I'm going to be using just a few things. These 3 coins, would you check those out? And 1 beautiful piece of glass. Would you check that out too? Thank you. And you'll notice turtles won't cut it this time, my friend.
Okay.
A joke for all you diehard fans out there. Yeah.
No turtles.
I'll take those. Thank you. Gentlemen, if I could get you to take this by the corners and hold it like a table.
Okay.
Beautiful. They say all matter is made of atoms, and there's a force that binds those atoms together. If we can manipulate this force, perhaps we can make one object pass right through another. So there's only a few ways to get to the other side. One, of course, is to go around, and the other would be to break through, shattering the glass. But neither of those are magic. And that's why I'm going to make it pass through, and it's going to happen right now. Teller, I could tell by your dead silence that I've just fooled you. In that case, I've done my job. Everybody have a great night. Thank you. No, there's 2 to go. And it gets more beautiful and more impossible as we progress. It's going to happen again, so do not blink. There we go. I can tell by your stunned silence that I've fooled you as well.
There you go.
Oh, it's one thing if this happens in my hands, but what about yours? I brought you to the edge, and now I'm going to push you over. So let me borrow your left hand. Thank you. Hold it out nice and flat, fingers straight and together, and go underneath the glass and press up against it. Beautiful. Perfect. The audience can see in the front and underneath. Your hand acts like a barrier to the empty space in the middle. Keep hold right here for me, please. You know what will happen, and you know where it will happen. Just warm it up. Actually, Teller, would you mind lowering your hand a little bit? A little more? Perfect. One last look. And press. Yeah, Penn, you can let go, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Alex Geiser! You finally made Penn and Teller look like that do all the time. I make that face every day.
It's an honor.
That's incredible. And they were right here.
That's how it's got to be done.
This is going to be good. Is this an unusual trick, or do other magicians do it?
There are things that are similar. They could say it's coins through glass, where people have been using a table. But, I first thought of the idea of how cool it would be if you just had a pane that people were holding, so you could just as easily say, it happens in their hands. So.
Yeah, it's a great idea to always just be able to put your table in your suitcase too, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, let's see if Penn and Teller could see through your trick.
Sure, yeah.
Penn, Teller.
That is the great, that's essentially coins to the table, and you made it mean something. It's the greatest version of that I've ever seen, and I want to just say, you had the guts to bring us up. A lot of people who want to fool us decide, well, I'll use people from the audience, leave them back there. They'll be watching a little screen, or they won't be able to see everything. You did it right in our faces. And the guts of that, the balls of that are unbelievable. I really, really love that. And Teller did an audible gasp at that beginning. It was one of the most beautiful things we've ever seen. And at the beginning, you absolutely 100% told the truth about turtles. You absolutely did. It was just your magnetic personality, no turtle involved, right through. And then, seasons change. And sometimes, is it not turtle season? Then it is turtle season a little bit later on, And it came in really nice there. And all the way through, we just loved it, and loved that you had us up there, and loved that you had the guts. There was nothing that we could see. The sleight of hand you did was absolutely perfect, but we were able to figure it later. That's exactly the wrong thing to say. We were not able to figure Jack. Teller was able to figure. I finally have some sort of inkling, but I don't think you fooled Teller.
Did the turtle talk make any sense to you?
Yeah, that was plenty. I think they've given me enough, so.
Oh,
that
so you
was
didn't
great.
fool them, but you certainly impressed us all. Alex Geiser! Thank you.
Thank you.
He was really good. That was a really good fit.
Up next, the greatest duo in magic takes the stage. Penn and Teller perform after this. Don't miss out.